the governor is the chief executive of the state of New York, and if she puts in place a ban that we are required to follow, we're going to do that. If she leaves it up to, like we've done in Albany before, a city of X number of people, they can make their determination, then we are not ready to make that decision yet because we need to get it right. And others tried and others failed. Now, we have a history of trying and succeeding, like Willis Point, like Brooklyn Army Terminal. You know, we've been able to land all these planes. I will ask the governor, let me do it so it's right. And then the other state could follow me, because we're going to get it right. We're not going to do it and then have to go backwards. So I would, in my conversation with the governor, she hasn't mentioned that to me, I would share with the governor, give me an opportunity to get it right, and then the rest of the state can follow what I'm doing, because trust me, we won't go backwards when we get it right.
And our second question,
yes.
I know on Liz's question, you seem to say that you are going to be open to deporting asylum seekers who've been charged with a crime, but you want to talk with the border czar. I just want to make sure that we got that right. And then in regards to meeting with the border czar, has Homan responded to your request for a meeting, and is there one on the books?
This wasn't new. I've always stated I wanted to address those who commit crimes. That's always been.
Charged, you're open to deporting
I'm open to having a conversation on how you will implement that. You got a guy, he's on camera shooting a police officer. I don't want that guy in my city. You know, plain and simple. You got a guy that rapes one young lady, gets out, and go rape another person. I don't want them in the city.
Homan respond to your request for
yes, he did. Yeah. And actually, I think he was on one of my favorite stations, Fox. You know, talking about that he's looking forward something about that I reached out, and that he's looking forward to me this week or next week. So and we communicated this morning, and he stated that. You know, once he settles here, we reach out and we'll coordinate. Our teams will coordinate, for the most part.
Dana, thank you. Hi, Mr. Mayor.
How are you?
I'm all right. Two questions on the immigration deportation front.
Yes.
First, so in your view, someone is a criminal if they have been charged with a crime? Because you yourself have been charged with crimes, right? But, you know, so that's one question. The other is, if you were a law-abiding asylum seeker in New York City, you know, someone who's doing the best they can to get ahead and
yes.
all of that, sending their kids to school, would you be scared about the prospect of the incoming administration? Okay,
two things. Your first part, I'm an American. Americans have certain rights. You know, the Constitution is for Americans. And I'm not a person that snuck into this country. My ancestors have been here for a long time, And I don't know if that's, your blouse is made of cotton, but they used to pick some of that. So what rights I have, the person that decides to shoot a police officer, they should not have those same rights. Okay, that's my position. And I look forward to hearing what is the idea of the border czar. I'm looking forward to that. I've said it over and over again. We need to fix the immigration problem in the city. The American people said that. I don't know if you really watched the election results. The president-elect had the popular vote, he had the electoral vote. He was not indecisive on what his positions were. He was clear we need to secure our border and deal with the immigration issue. The American people heard it. They voted for it. I've said it before, over and over and over again. It didn't matter who was the president for me. I said the same thing. New York City should not be going through this. Chicago should not be going through this. Denver should not be going through this. The American people should not be going through this. And the migrants and asylum seekers should not be going through this. We're placing them in a position that is unfair and is inhumane. I cannot make it any clearer.
And on the second question, if you are a law-abiding migrant in New York City who is sending her kids to school and doing what they can to, you know, create a better future for themselves, would you be scared right now about the incoming administration?
I think they should do what we told them to do over and over again. If you need police services because you're a victim of a crime, call the police. If you need health care here in this city, go to the hospital and get the medical attention you need. If you have a child, place that child in school so that child could be educated. Our city services are open to all people who are in this city. That is what we do. That is what the law requires us to do under the current law. And I believe we need to modify our existing law, as I stated, but they should not be afraid in this city. We're going to, that's the purpose of sitting down, and I want to share my ideas with the incoming board of czars so I can hear his ideas. We don't know. All of us are speculating right now. This city is a city and nation of immigrants, as was pointed out earlier. During COVID, they were in our streets. They were doing our job. They built our bridges. They've done all the things we needed in this city. And this is a sanctuary city. There's no getting away from that. And there are laws that are in place. And we're telling those law-abiding individuals that you just mentioned to use the city services that the law allows you to do.